Where to start when you want to use co-creation? Where to start when designing a co-creation process? Well, I'm going to tell you how I did it. Co-creation is a great methodology to work with people rather than on them, and for developing and implementing tailored interventions. But it definitely lacks some guidance on where to start and how to go about designing a co-creation process. I'll go through the steps with you that I did and give some key takeaways for you at the end. On the screen, you can see these 3 steps. Frame your aim, decide what steps or session content you will do and need, and then decide what participatory methods fit the aim of your session and exercises that you will include. Step 1, on the left, you're going to want to narrow down the aim of your co-creation process. You want to decide on a framework or something alike to guide you on this. To systematically go through all the things that you should consider before starting designing the sessions. On the right, you can see that I used the Producers framework to do this. This helped me in getting a better grip on what the problem was, namely high amounts of sedentary behavior in the workplace. What my objective was, this was to co-create a plan of actions. Who would be the end users, which were the office workers in the SME, and who would be my co-creators, which was a group of employees at each SME, and so on. Once these decisions are made, you'll see they'll also will inform and influence what your sessions will include and what they're going to look like. Speaking of which, when you then know your aim of the process, you can start designing your session content. For this, I searched in academic but also grey literature on what steps suited my objective and my context. This resulted in an initial plan that I continued to revise as I continued to search literature, discuss with others experienced in similar co-creation projects, and adapt to the context identified by producers, until I came up with a final version. Then follows the third step, only after deciding on the session content, which is will come deciding what participatory methods to include. Here too, I focus my search both in academic and grey literature. There are so many methods out there in grey literature that are incredibly engaging, fun, and creative, and I would suggest not limiting yourself to academic methods. Here too, it is crucial to speak with others experienced using such participatory methods and those experienced using them in co-creation projects, because there is so much to learn from them, pitfalls to avoid, able to better tailor to your context, and so on, that they will be able to answer. I went through these 3 steps and I quickly want to show you the final version of the process that was designed for this research project. You can see that there are 9 sessions and their contents, and also some examples of participatory methods on the post-its that were included. This was the final design. It has a range of steps it goes through, namely some knowledge building, some mapping, brainstorming, action planning, and sustainability. And this has been implemented consecutively in 3 Scottish SMEs, during which it went through more iteration because of input and feedback from the co-creators and the research team. And through this research will hopefully aid in creating guidelines to use co-creation processes effectively in the workplace to successfully create interventions for that workplace. And you can see there as well some examples of methods that were chosen to aid the exercises of the sessions, all chosen as they fit the goal of the exercise and would encourage co-creators to engage and collaborate as much as possible. So to round things up, here are some key takeaways for you. First, you're going to want to map your co-creation sessions before you start selecting your participatory methods. You don't want to build a session around a method. You first want to know what your session, what your aim, what your objective is to do. Be both open to academic and grey literature to inform your session content and participatory methods. Again, so much fun, collaborative methods out there to engage your co-creators and get them involved. And lastly, talk to others. Information is still scattered on how to design your co-creation process, how to go best about it, how to be a good facilitator. So talk to others with experience to guide you. Lastly, I want to thank you for watching, and if this story piqued your interest and you wish to talk to me about planning and conducting co-creation in the workplace, definitely reach out. You can find my socials and also the Health Cascade website.